Hi guys, Ray here from City Fan TV, and I'm joined by Bernard Deneen from the Citizen channel with his gong behind him. You know what I'm talking about? That medal.
Yeah, I got to
chocolate
decide
medal.
when it comes down. I can't leave it. I have to plan these things.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, actually,
I tell you what, as soon as we're knocked out of one of the treble things, it'll be gone.
I've got mine here.
Yeah, I reused the envelope yesterday to send something to someone.
I haven't done that yet, and I keep meaning to do this, but in here, you know what's in here?
Your shirt.
The shirt. I keep meaning to do that, but I haven't had time. I don't know. Can I send the shirt back and get pads on it? Get the probably can't, mate. I
was looking at that. Is it the 5 thingy book? There's a special book, isn't there? A personalised book or a standard book about the 5 trophies. And it was. I looked at the price. I thought, no, I'll leave that. 55 quid for the standard one and 65 for the personalised one.
Nah, they're cashing it. Well, what you expect them to? They're cashing in on us, on us fans. But I wanted to get the FIFA badge, the World Cup, World Champions badge. But I don't think you can buy it standalone. You got to buy a shirt.
That's not good, is it?
That's no good.
FIFA should flog you. I know. I've been on FIFA site UEFA site once or twice, and they have little things like that on it, don't they? But you should be able to buy it and stitch it on yourself.
Yeah. Well, that's it. See,
get your mum to stitch it on.
But the thing is, what I would like City to do is say, look, you can have the badge. It might cost you 20 quid. It's normally 10 quid, but we're going to do it 20 quid. If you bring this year's shirt and it's a legitimate shirt, we'll put the badge on for you. And I think that's reasonable. We'll, iron it on for you or whatever. I think that's a reasonable thing to do, to offer. But they're not offering us anything. You want it? Go and buy a new shirt. Well, kiss my backside. Or you buy one of these T-shirts that they put an extra tenner on the T-shirt to buy Anyway, we digress. We're digressing because we're actually here to talk about the FA Cup game against Huddersfield at the weekend. And I'm not sure there's a lot we're going to talk about. So, we have a bit of a chit-chat beforehand. But yeah, look, City, defending champions of, almost everything, aren't we? At the moment, apart from the Carabao Cup, we're defending champions.
As soon as we get knocked out of the FA Cup, that gong's going down, I tell you.
Well, I hope it's not this weekend. I hope it's not this Sunday. Because I will cry and cry and cry. Literally, you'll see me, a grown man crying, an old man crying if we get beat by Huddersfield. Because Huddersfield, they are languishing. They are languishing in the Championship, which is the division below ours. And they're near the bottom of that league. I think, are they still 4th bottom or something, Bernard?
Yeah, I mean, what I like about Darren Moores, and I do like it about him, is he sticks to his guns as well, doesn't he? I mean, I've been watching a few highlights of some Huddersfield games. They're not a physical team. They're not particularly. They might suddenly turn into one against us, but he tries to play a little bit of football, and you've got to give him credit. I mean, he's a defeat away from getting the sack, isn't he? Let's be honest. He's that sort of manager. But at least he's got a team, and as a football supporter, as a Huddersfield supporter, you probably don't want to be languishing 4th from bottom of the Championship. But at least he tries to do things the right way, and and I like that about that. And of course, it'll bring plenty of fans. I'm sure they've sold out their allocation for this. There's not that long ago they were at ours, anyway. Is it? They were in the Premier not long ago, were they? Really, in time wise. But at least we know that. I don't want to stuff them too much, because at least I think they're an okay team. They'll probably be as filthy as hell now. I've said that they're not physical, but in all the physical teams we've been playing recently, it'll be a nice change.
Yeah, I mean, they've been fortunate because Rotherham at bottom, 5 points in the last 5 games. QPR are 2nd bottom, Queen's Park Rangers, 1 point in the last 5 games. Sheffield Wednesday actually on a bit of a run. They're 3 points behind Huddersfield. They've won 3 of their last 5 games. So they're on a bit of a run. Huddersfield have lost 3 of their last 5. They've only got 4 points in the last 5 games. They've been, they were probably wishing Wayne Rooney had stayed at Birmingham because they've tumbled down the league. They've got 2 points in the last 5. They're only 3 points ahead of Birmingham. And then you got
they've got some good. They've got some good games coming up as well. Because after us, they've got Plymouth, who are 18th. They've got them at home. They've got Blackburn away, who are 17th, and then they've got 2 6-pointers then with QPR and Sheffield Wednesday. So by early February, you could say whether they're going to be, have a chance or they don't.
Yeah, well, Blackburn are dropping down the league. They've got 1 point in the last 5 games. So
I think they beat them. Didn't they beat them at their place? I think.
I don't know, mate.
They might beat them at Ewood Park the other day.
Well, the thing is, they're still in it, basically.
They're not. Sorry, they beat them at home. They beat Blackburn. That's the only game they've won recently. They beat Blackburn 3-0 at home.
But the point is that they got a reasonable chance of staying in the league. Darren Moore did well last season at Sheffield Wednesday. I was surprised to see him get the boot. After he got them somehow remarkably through the playoffs. They're not far away from us, so they'll bring, like you say, a full complement. And if Port Vale can bring, 7,000 fans to the Etihad, I don't see why Huddersfield can't do that as well. There are still some tickets left, home tickets, because it's one of these things. If that was a league game, it'd be sold out. It'd have been sold out ages ago. But because it's FA Cup, a lot of fans who've got season cards don't go because for whatever reason, some of them will only go to league games. Some of them can't afford it, finances, and say, look, I'll focus on my league games. I've got my season card. And others want a weekend off from football occasionally, and this is how they do it.
It's a shame when you think we don't have a lot of games to play in January either, so it's a bit of a shame, really.
Yeah, because we've got this one. If we get knocked out, we've got the Newcastle League game and then Burnley League game at the end of the month. And the thing is, what should entice you to go, it's not an expensive game to go to. I can't remember what you would have paid, Bernard. Was it 15 quid for this ticket?
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, 50. I think it was 15, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of rings a bell. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I got, I paid for, I don't normally do this, but I decided to do it this weekend. I paid for parking at the ground. 12 quid. 12 quid. I'm to park at the ground because I'm on my own. If you bring somebody with you, if you got a multi-occupancy car, it's a tenner. Which is fair. I was going to call you and say, look, just jump in my car round the corner.
Picked up 3 strangers on the corner.
Yeah, and just pick. All I can say to you, Ben,
what you normally do.
Hey, I'm Noah. What's his name? I was thinking of that fella. I can think of the woman's name, but Hugh Grant. I'm not Hugh Grant, mate. I'm not Hugh Grant. But I was thinking of contacting. He said, look, mate, when you get to ground, just let us know and just jump in the car and I'll drive you up to the car park. I'll save 2 quid. But I'm just saying the parking ticket is almost as expensive as the match. And I don't go to the car park anymore because it's absolutely heaving and it can take you an hour to get out, which is no fun. So now, actually, I normally park on Briscoe Lane, pay a tenner. I'm not even bothered there. I now park even further away. It's about half an hour's walk. Just park up half an hour's walk. It's good exercise. It is good exercise. Hey, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but on this StreamYard where we do the videos, a thumb. Sometimes when you put a thumb up, there you go. Thumb comes up. I don't think you can see it. It's a weird one. The thumb comes up when you put for us, but I don't think it comes up for the viewers. I don't know. And sometimes you get the fireworks. I don't know how to get the fireworks, how they come on. Anyway, but that's a reminder, guys. Give us a thumbs up, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. Anyway, talking about Huddersfield. You would expect us to win. I don't think there's any bones about that. Can you remember any notable games against Huddersfield in the last few years, Bernard? Anything?
How many years?
Well, go back as far as you want, mate. I don't care. 2 games. For me, 2 stick in my mind for different reasons. Well, you probably have 3 just like that.
I have 1.
Which one?
The 10-1, of course, which I was at.
Yeah. Who scored for City?
Oh, don't start that. I'm flipping heck.
I don't care who scored the hat-trick. Who scored the
I'd have to look it up. I know who it is, but I'd have to think about it.
Right. But there was that 10-1. Didn't we play them not too long after that?
Yeah, well, we had two replays in the cup. We drew it there as 2-2, and then we drew 0-0. That was a thriller at our place. So literally, that was a few weeks after we'd stuffed them. They came and got a 0-0, and then obviously they won the toss for the second replay. So we played back at their place and beat them 3-0 that time. But hey. Cup runs in those days, mate, they always fizzled out before the 4th, 5th, or 6th rounds anyway. We got to the 6th round, we got excited.
There's another game that actually sticks in my mind, but not because it was an exciting game. It was in 2018. 2018, we were hunting down those 100 points, and we had Huddersfield at home, and we drew 0-0 because that was very, very. It was a frustrating game because I thought we were going to blow our chance of getting to 100 points. But hey, we did it on the last day of the season, and I was there. Last day of the season at Southampton. So, but Huddersfield, they've only won 5 games all season. They've only scored in the league 26 goals in 26 games. They've let in 44. So you expect, they're scoring 1 goal a game, letting in almost 2 a game. They've got 10 draws, but they've lost 11 times in 26 games. Give them credit. They've had to get into the FA Cup 3rd round by winning in the 2nd round, I think, if I'm right.
I don't think they played. I couldn't see that. I don't think they played yet.
All right, maybe
I looked on the, going back in the matches, and I couldn't see an FA Cup 2nd round, mate, game.
It might be then that they were high in
the bottom half or something, or was that for the League Cup?
I think I honestly can't remember, mate. You've got me there. You might be right. So I may have jumped the gun.
Yeah, this is it. I think this is their first game from what I can see in the FA Cup.
So anyway, they're not having a good trot of it in the league this season. Obviously, the start of the season with Neil Warnock, he's been given the bullet, and they got Darren Moore, who's, like you say, he needs something. I don't think if they lose against City on Sunday, that means Darren Moore, it's curtains for him. I think he'll have a few more games.
But,
I mean, we're all interested in injuries, obviously. We're all interested in who's going to start, who's going to be rested. So should we look at injuries first? We've had Haaland's apparently not going to feature again.
Doku, not been back in training yet. There's been no pictures.
There's been no pictures, which is weird because
they're all abroad. They're all in flipping sat in Dubai again, from what I've seen.
I thought that was old. I thought that was old stuff. Are they back in?
I think 2 or 3 of them have gone over to Dubai. I'm sure, fairly sure they have for a couple of days.
All right, well, lucky old soul.
How long does it take? I mean, I thought it took about 24 hours to fly over there. I mean, what?
But so
listen, I'd have these guys in the flipping CFA getting fit. I wouldn't allow them to have all these days off. So, they'd be working hard to get fit, 100% fit again.
Well, last Friday, Pep said Haaland hasn't even been training. So if you haven't been training, you will not be ready in a week, as far as I'm concerned. Certainly not to start. I'll be shocked if Haaland starts, so I can't see that. Doku, not heard a dicky bird about Doku. I mean, Pep mentioned it in the last press conference, but he said no one's talking about Doku. He's not featuring. I think Jack will be all right. He wasn't injured. He had that burglary, and that's why he got taken off just in the start of the second half against Sheffield United.
John Stones didn't bother putting a kit on, so he's obviously well away.
So John Stones, forget him. Diaz he was back, and then obviously KDB. We don't expect KDB to start, do we?
No, he won't be starting this. He'll be on the bench again. 10
minutes at the end.
I would like to think so, but I'm not overly optimistic. But if he's training well, I mean, we've seen plenty of action pictures of him whacking a ball in training. So if that's happening, I mean, possibly 10 minutes. I mean, if we don't see him, certainly, I know Newcastle's another week away after that, but if we don't see him, obviously we're probably looking at a bench again for Newcastle.
Yeah, I think even if we do see him, we'll be on the bench at Newcastle. I don't
think he'll be starting against Newcastle even.
No. But I mean, I would, for the fans, if we're comfortably ahead, say 3-0 up, 3-1, which is more likely because team score against City, with 2 minutes to go, bring him on just to get that appreciation from the fans at home. I'd rather he take his return at home than.
Well, we might need that to get the atmosphere going. We might need an appearance from him.
So you need him? Do you need them to put a bike out on the side of the pitch so he can warm up in the first half to get the atmosphere going? Because it might be a bit quiet. It depends. If we start putting a few goals in, then it'll be a nice atmosphere. So we don't expect any of the injured players to turn up. It'll be interesting. I suspect you've done your 11 already. So
I've done a tentative one. Yeah, I'm going to confirm it when I've looked at some training pictures and stuff. But I've done a tentative 11.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll do an alternate. Sorry, I'll start you off with Ortega Moreno in goal. Who's your right back?
Lewis.
Centre backs. I'm going to choose. Wow, we haven't got much choice. I'm going to go Akanji. Akanji. Your centre back, second centre back.
I think he's gonna stick Aki in.
What about Diaz? No Diaz?
No, I think you might rest Diaz again.
Left back, I'm going for Gomez.
Yeah, interesting one. I've got Gomez or Gvardiol, so yeah, I wouldn't go against that.
I want to give Gomez a chance because we've seen. Okay, it was at the under-20 was it under-20 Euros? He can play. Okay, and he scored 3 goals for Spain. So, and he played in an advanced position, advanced role. I want to give him a chance. We've seen what Gvardiol can, and more pertinently, can't do. I want to give Gomez a chance. So who? Okay, so that's our back four and our goalkeeper. It's your turn now.
I'm resting Rodri, me.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah, I've got Kovacic and Nunes as a sort of making up for the lack of Rodri.
So you've gone against the grain, and it was supposed to be alternate choices, and you've gone for 2. Oh, blimey.
Well, I need to make up for Rodri. We've got, we can't play without Rodders. So I mean,
all right.
For some reason, I'm not saying we can't, but for some reason, obviously we can.
Okay, so you're going to have Rodri.
Kovacic's more holding and Nunes more expansive, I think.
So that's up to 7 players. We've got 4 players left. I'm going to go for Phil Foden.
Yeah, defo. Yeah.
Yep, your choice.
Yeah, Foden. Then I'll put the spanner in the works. I'll put Mr. Bob in.
Oscar Bob, I like that. That's 9. So we've got 2 more. I'm going to go for Julian Alvarez.
Yeah, and Alvarez will play again. Yeah, I mean, he's not doing much, but he's scoring the goals. So carry on doing that. It'll be fine.
Last pick is yours.
Well, yeah, I've not gone for old Jacko. I just think Bernardo will play. Bernardo will play it.
I'll agree, actually, because you need some senior players. Because that lineup, when you look at it, the defense is what we picked. We've got 2 very experienced senior players in Akanji and Aki there. Foden is a senior player. And Bernardo would be your 4th senior player. Really, that's all we're doing. If we discount the goalkeeper, you got 4 proper senior players there. Actually, I don't think that's enough. I think Pep will play at least a couple more, because, and I'm not including Nunes and Kovacic as senior players because they haven't played for us for that long.
Yeah.
So the worry I have is if we go in with 4 or 5 senior players, it's too disjointed, it's too dysfunctional because they haven't played together.
Not seem to be the case this year, apart from Newcastle away, where we're both pretty rubbishy, and they just scraped it by getting 1 goal. I thought when we made lots of changes this season, it's not affected. I think it's because we've been playing not that great. It's not made that much difference. Honestly, I don't think it's made a lot of difference because we've not been quite at it. If we've not been quite at it, it's not affected us as much as it would do in a normal season.
Yeah, the drop off hasn't been great.
Yeah.
And we've seen the drop offs. Like was it last season we got beat by Southampton? The drop off was huge. The drop off hasn't been huge because we were already dropped off. I think that
Newcastle that first half. I mean, we actually should have been ahead. We should, and we were far better. Just that Pep just didn't mess things up for the second half. He kept it as it was, and then he came out and actually tweaked it by putting a good player on, and we didn't.
So, but that sounds like a decent side. We'd obviously the regular things we'd expect to happen is that we'd have more possession, more passes, more chances, more shots, more goals, and everything. Hopefully, and everything else because we're Manchester City. We're at home with treble winners. And
still, we don't have a lot of with the injuries. It's a small squad. There's not a lot of the only other guy who could be a wild card is possibly Hamilton. I would love to see Hamilton have a go.
Yeah,
but
I'm thinking
you're not going to put Bob and Hamilton in. I wouldn't have thought.
No, you can, but I think that's too many. It's too many because then you're going to drop Bernardo or something, and I just think that's you need some senior players.
I'd love to see Hamilton. Give Bob a half. Give Hamilton. If it's going all right, give Hamilton a half as well.
Sounds reasonable. And the thing is, we've got a week before. Is it 6 or 7 days before Newcastle? So
not having to rest anyone.
Yeah. So I would have Bernardo. Because if we had a game in midweek, yes, I'd say give Bernardo some time off. Maybe the guys who you've seen over in the Middle East, okay, living it up. Maybe Pep's already told them you're not going to feature against Huddersfield. Go and take some time off. Maybe he's done that, and then they don't need to be around unless there's an emergency. And we'd have to be really unlucky to have a reason to call people back. So. I don't think we'll go too weak, but on the other hand, I don't think we'll go too strong. It's just, but we've got to win. I think the minimum is we've got to win that game and get ourselves in the next round and give ourselves a chance of getting, a cup run because cup runs are always nice. I think that's for me the two things we haven't done since Pep's been here, and this is his 8th season. We haven't won the FA Cup enough. We won it twice, and we haven't won the Champions League enough. We won it once in 7 seasons. It's not enough for a person of Pep's caliber. Okay, Bernard, let's get to the nitty-gritty. That's what everybody wants to know. What's your score prediction?
Well, we're keeping a clean sheet.
Ooh!
But we're not going to go mad, so I will go for 3-0.
I like that. I like 3-0. I'm going to go for 4-0. 4-0, I think. I think the game is going to be partly dictated by how many changes we make and how the new place, how well they slot in, how well we can work as a unit, which we haven't really done as good as we should have, I think, this season. I think we should be through into the hat for the next round. And when is the next round? Do you know when that is?
Yeah, the end of January, isn't it? 28th. Yeah, 27th, 28th, 27th, yeah, 28th.
So a couple of weeks, 3 weeks away. So, then we'll be hopefully a game every week or every 3 or 4 days.
There's still a gap there, but we have 2 in 4 days then, but from having none in 14,
Yeah, mix it. Anyway,
unless we squeeze Brentford in somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I think we, as far as I'm concerned, just get through this game and take it, go through into the rest of the season, take each game as it comes. It's actually good to be in contention with it for everything still. It's only January, but come March,
we don't want to give it up, do we? I don't want to give up my treble. I'm sorry, I'll be gutted as soon as that first one goes of the 3. I'll be, of course. We've got a bit to wait for the, FA Cup's the first one, isn't it? And then obviously the Champions League kicks back in. But, we should still be in them by April time anyway, shouldn't we, all 3?
On that point, Bernard, last question. If you can only win one more trophy this season, which one will it be?
Well, it have to be the Premier League because no one's ever done it before.
Absolutely. No one's done it. I've said it before. I can't see anybody else doing it in our lifetimes. Because
not my lifetime anyway. You might have a chance.
No. Look, someone would have to do it within a 5-year period, and as long as Pep's here,
that's me out of the equation. Then 5 years more.
No. But what I'm saying is, no one is going to win it for 5 years on the bounce while Pep is at City. Not happening. Absolutely not happening. Right, there you go, guys. That's our preview of the Huddersfield game. Let us know in the comment section below what score you think it'll be. Let us know. And we'll see if anybody gets it right. Anybody gets it right, give them a shout out. And I will invite them onto the channel. Anybody gets it right that is someone we know, I'll invite them onto the channel.
You can have Ray's shirt that's in the wrapper.
Oh, they can do one, mate. That shirt cost me an arm and a blooming leg. They can look at it. They can look at the shirt. Look, mate, I did it a few years ago. We did a fantasy thing, and I give a shirt away. Not only did I pay for that shirt, but it was signed by Pep. Now, what I wouldn't give to have a shirt signed by Pep. It's signed by certainly Pep and Fernandinho, and I think Bernardo Silva signed that shirt. So I would have been nice to have kept it. But anyway, as an heirloom to hand down to my lads. bury me in it when I'm pop my clogs with my Pep shirt. Like there's Egyptian mummies where they have the gifts for the afterlife to remind me of Pep. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. You take care, guys, and thanks a lot, Bernard. And we'll see you around Blues.